my reaction to the behavior of Democrats at last night's joint address to Congress by President Donald J. Trump. First, let me just say, Trump delivered an absolutely masterful speech, one of the best speeches I've ever heard in my entire life. He set forth a blueprint for his entire 4 years in office and a common sense revolution that, if he is successful, and that's the key, if, I believe will make him go down in history as one of the greatest, if not the greatest president we've ever had. But what made Trump look even better was the shameless, at times obnoxious, and obscene behavior by Democrats. They were there to pick a fight. They were there to obstruct. They were there to disrupt. And right out of the gate, as Trump began to speak, not just to Congress, but to the entire country and the world, Al Green, congressman, a hardcore left-wing congressman, got up, began yelling, shouting, screaming, interrupting Trump, talking over Trump. He was asked repeatedly to sit down and not interrupt the president. Instead, Congressman Green, the clown that he is, started shaking his cane, waving his cane, threatening Trump, yelling, shrieking, screaming, "You have no mandate." I don't think it's ever been done before in American history. I certainly have never seen it. But a sitting member of Congress had to be literally ejected and kicked out. And that set the tone for the entire night. Democrats heckled Trump. They yelled at him, shouted, and not once did they clap or stand or cheer for anything that he said, anything that he did. And what was even more revolting is when he singled out a 13-year-old boy battling brain cancer since he was 6 years old, whose dream has been to be a law enforcement officer. He showed up with his father. In fact, he had just been honored by the Houston Police Department. He was wearing a police uniform, as honorary police uniform. And President Trump said, "DJ Daniel, we have just made you an honorary member of the U.S. Secret Service." And the head of the Secret Service walked over to little DJ, handed him a U.S. Secret Service badge with his picture and name on it. The boy's eyes lit up. His face smiled from ear to ear. He had literally tears of joy in his eyes. He then hugged the Secret Service agent, who hugged him back, and you could see on the boy's lips, on DJ, he kept saying, "You've made my dream come true, thank you." And his father then held up his boy, smiling, waving to the entire chamber. Everybody around him was standing. Republicans were standing and cheering. I had tears in my eyes. My wonderful wife, Grace, had tears in her eyes. But you know who didn't stand? You know who didn't clap? You know who didn't cheer? The Democrats. Not one. In fact, many of them, like Debbie Wasserman Schultz, literally rolled their eyes. My friends, if you can't stand and cheer for a black boy battling brain cancer, 13 years old, as he's made an honorary member of the Secret Service, I'm sorry. You're cold, you're callous, you're nasty, you're heartless, you're evil. And that's what the Democrats proved last night. They are the party of hate and of insanity. They couldn't cheer for DJ. They couldn't even stand and clap in respect for the mothers who lost their children, both of them murdered by vicious, violent, criminal, illegal aliens. Last night, the Democratic Party showed us their true colors. They are so filled with Trump derangement syndrome. They are so filled with venom and hatred for Trump that it is literally dehumanizing and degrading them in front of our eyes. The American people saw the Democrats and their despicable behavior, and the country is sickened and revolted and deranged.